Hey, Sean G here from Chasing the Truth. You're about to get some of the best of samples of shows I've done over the last 5 years. God bless y'all and enjoy.
Interesting thing, though, that that infrared camera can pick up ghosts if you have them in your house. Maybe your listeners can try that in their home if they think it's haunted.
Well, I've got cameras similar to that in my house, and it's definitely picked up some. I've shared some of it, but I have not shared a tenth of what that stuff has picked up. I picked up the usual bugs and strange neighbors walking around in the middle of the night for some odd reason, but I've really picked up some weird stuff. So I agree with you on that. If you want to find something out around your house, definitely get you one of those IR cameras. That definitely open your eyes of what's going on around you. But let's see. Couple of pictures that I had included on the poster to the show for this show that really interest me, and I'd really like to touch base on it. Were of appears to be a colonial woman or two women dressed in black with like a shawl over their heads. Can you explain those two pictures to me?
Was the shawl white?
Yeah, this white. It sort of looks like maybe a nun's outfit, perhaps, on both of them. One's in front of a period colonial house, and the other one looks like maybe going up the stairs in front of a brick wall.
I see. Okay. Well, the one was at the more detailed one. Part of that photo was taken by me, and the blurrier photo of the woman was taken by a tourist. And I had taken this photo at the Capitol here in Colonial Williamsburg, and interestingly enough, it came out right after a group of children came out of the Capitol. And they had some sort of a mock trial that evening. I don't know if it was a pirate trial or a mock witch trial, but one of those two. They had a group of about middle school age students that had attended it, and as they walked out, I photographed the Capitol area, and I caught this woman between the two different sides of the building on the outside. And I sort of felt validated that a tourist about a year later captured what appears to be the same woman. Now, obviously, you can see that the photo quality is not as good, but they still look like the same woman, and they were captured both at the Capitol. And so it was kind of a validation for me that this woman published this photo out on the internet, and I was able to take it and put it next to my photo to say that, yeah, I'm not the only one that can capture ghosts, that this ghost is really there at the Capitol, and I don't know who she is or what her history is, but obviously she wants to be seen.
Obviously. Wow. A couple of things that I have picked up on just, after a few years of really deep diving into paranormal. Have you seen anything associated with underground water streams that I know you touched on the electrical, magnetic electrical theory, but have you touched on the underground water streams or being close to a stream to having paranormal activity with it?
I have, and it doesn't surprise me because just think about it. Okay, we are essentially mostly made up of water, and we have water flowing through us. It's blood, and what does the blood have in it? Iron. What's more magnetic than water with iron in it? And so it doesn't surprise me that being that that's the composition of a human being, that as a spirit would be attracted to flowing water after it has lost its body. I've two different places I've taken photos of here in Williamsburg. And that's going to be in my second book, where I approach this flowing water theory. And although I can't say absolutely for sure that that's a fact, but I can say that I got some great results. And so certainly my results in this new book would support the fact that spirits are attracted to flowing water. So that said, I captured one that there is a stream that flows under the street and then down the side of the hill, and right next to it was what's called the Charlton Coffee House. And I photographed both the coffee house and the stream. And the stream, in the weeds, I got various faces of people hanging right around that stream. Another place in Colonial Williamsburg is the wood shop. They have a cabinet maker there, and that building has a portion of the building built right over a stream. Mm-hmm. And I caught an unusual high number of ghosts in the windows of that building. And to me, after examining the history of the place, because I always put a historical background in it, it doesn't seem like there should be that many people in that building that I found. So perhaps it was the flowing water that attracted these spirits to come into that area to hang out.
Wow. Well, that kind of validates what I've been researching for the last 2 years of my life. So, Tim, I know that we're mindful about your time, and it's getting closer to that 1 hour perspective. Is there anything, how can our listeners contact you or get a hold of your books or other publications that you have?
Well, my books are available at Amazon. If you plug in my name, you'll see my books. My first book is out, and my second book is available for pre-order. Interesting thing about my second book is that I have a photo in there that we are billing as the most ghosts ever captured in one photo. And this photo was taken at the Powder magazine here at Colonial Williamsburg. And what I noted was that there was a group of children that were getting ready to go into that area. And they had fanfare, and they had 4 Colonial Williamsburg interpreters who represented the Virginia militia that they were going to train these children. Just show them how you would march, how you would hold a weapon, what orders you would be given, that kind of thing. And when I took the photo, I captured from 20 to 40 ghosts that were lined up in military fashion in 18th century revolutionary type uniforms against the wall of the Powder magazine.
Wow.
And a few seconds later, when I took another photograph, the children had come into the yard, and all of these ghosts were intermingling in and around these children, which goes back to my assertion that children attract ghosts. And there is no better proof than to take a look at that photo. Look at the first photo, how they're all lined up against the wall, and then the second photo of how they're all intermingling in with those kids. I'm sure if those kids knew what was happening, they probably would have run out of there screaming.
Definitely.
But that's one of the features of my second book that's out there for pre-order right now. That's called Breakthrough Ghost Photography of Haunted Historic Colonial Williamsburg. And again, that's available at Amazon. It's available at the Schiffer Publishing website. And it's also available at your local Barnes & Noble store. If they don't have it in stock, you can order it from there too.
Awesome.
Now, as far as my other websites, I've got a Twitter account. That's Tim Scullion, Tim_Scullion. I've got a blog that has some of the stuff that we were talking about tonight. and that's called the Ghostographer, and that's at timsculllionwordpress.com. And I also do a ghost here in Colonial Williamsburg that's based on my books, and I actually carry a Samsung Galaxy. It's a large computer notebook tablet, and I show the photos on that at every stop to where we go in Colonial Williamsburg.
That sounds like an awesome tour. Next time I'm up in that general direction, I may give you a call and say, hey, I'd like to take your tour whenever you have it. So definitely.
Sure, be glad to do it.
Oh, yeah.
For any of your listeners, it's if they go to ghostographer.com, they can see photos, they can see what type of tours are available, and they can also read people's comments about the tour.
Great. Well, it has been almost an hour, and I definitely would love to have you on again to discuss your new projects that you're having right now, that you're going out and going behind these famous paranormal investigators and then collecting your own data. I'd love to have you back on when you put that project together, definitely, or any other new adventures that you go on. This has been Tim Scullion, and it has been absolutely fascinating to talk with you, and I appreciate it greatly. And this has been Chasing the Truth, and obviously this is exactly what I want to do with this show, is to present some evidence that shows you a different aspect of what usually people don't even really pay attention to or even care to see. But again, I appreciate Tim Scullion being on. Definitely go to Amazon, type in his name, Tim Scullion, Scullion, and it'll bring up your available works there. And this has been Chasing the Truth with Sean Graham, and I'll definitely be catching you again on the flip side. Hey folks, thanks for listening to this best of sample of some of my 5 years in doing this radio show podcast called Chasing the Truth. Please visit iamdarkwaters.com, or you can email me at seanG@iamdarkwaters.com. And my numbers and links are in the description below. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side.